TNTM the show presents 100 subs giveaway with your host Pablo Gunner. Here is El Capitano, Bucky Cap to be specific. That's what this is actually based off of. I didn't do it. My mom actually did it. But anyways, what I'm here to do is to do a giveaway for the first 100 subscribers of Talk Nerdy to Me, TNTM the show for short. Well, there's a whole story behind that. I'll go ahead and tell it since I'm here. I'm gonna make you all listen to me before I actually give stuff away. So here's the deal. Oh God, we started a long time ago. Actually, I think we had another channel, and it has our other videos that we started off with for that first year. And so those videos aren't on this channel, which I'd want to add them. But anyway, so we started back in 2011. I want to say around May-ish. It was the summer of 2009. It was me, Blacksmith, and Slay J. J-Bems was kind of part of it, or the ambassador was kind of part of it at that time. We actually started off as a video game review podcast. We were trying to do it through GameFly, but unfortunately, for those of you that know, GameFly is kind of like a messed up service because like it's good to a certain degree, you know. It's I don't know. It's confusing. I'm gonna take this off. Anyways, so this is what happened. It's the service is it's a solid service, but if you want brand new games, you're not gonna get them on time. You're gonna be, in fact, you're probably gonna have to wait all month to get one brand new game. So it's not really worth if you want to do new games, and that's what we wanted to do. Is we wanted to do the new games for that month for GameFly every month, but it didn't work out. So. And of course, GameStop is GameStop, and they're huge, so we never were able to make any connections with them for that. And unfortunately, Gamers Anonymous, they don't really get too many new games. I mean, it like not brand new games unless someone turns it in, and then you get a lot of credit for it. So, anyways, we were like, okay, well, the new 52 is about to start, so let's get into comics. I had been out of comics for a little bit while I was out in Oklahoma. So when I came back, I was like, hey, I had this idea. I was like, we need to do a podcast. Because I used to listen to podcasts all the time. Adam Carolla podcast, Nerdist podcast, especially. And so, and iFanboy. Those are my big inspirations for doing podcasting and videos and everything like that in the first place. So anyways, I came back, got my buddies together and people I knew. And was like, hey, let's do a podcast, let's do videos, all this stuff. And so that's what it started off as. So we got into the new 52 when he started. We didn't check out all 52 of the books because there's just some things where like, I don't know what this is, I don't care what this is, whatever. And it's funny because I was a Marvel fanboy to the max. But after that, like I was really hardcore into DC. It really got me into DC. And that's a lot of people hate on it, especially the old school hardcores. But I love it. I love the new 52 because it got me back into comics, it got me back into comics, and it got me back into DC comics. Because I used to read DC comics back in the day when I was younger, but I fell out of that. So anyways, that's what happened there, and we continued going as a comic book podcast, and we got stronger. We also did video game podcasts and stuff like that. That's how the ambassador started. He was our Nintendo guy because we knew how hardcore he was about Nintendo. We called him the ambassador because he was actually part of the ambassador program that Nintendo had with, oh God, what was the name of it? The 3DS. So he was one of the first people that got it when it was super ridiculously expensive. So we called him the ambassador, and he was part of the ambassador program where they gave you all kinds of free games if you bought it within that first year or 6 months or something. So he was the ambassador, J-Bems. And so then there was shifts in and out, like I had life stuff going on. So I would step down from the comic book podcast. The ambassador took my place. Slay J would step out, I would come back in. So it was me and the ambassador for a good while. And we also were going to cons and doing videos like that. And that's always been a blast. To me, I actually there's two things that I get the most enjoyment out of. Is one is seeing my teammates, my team members, my squad mates grow as people, because like the ambassador, perfect example. He was not very good at he wasn't, I mean, he I don't know, like it was interesting seeing him grow as a person throughout the podcast. Like he was very good at delivering like clear and concise message within like a sentence. But by the end, like the guy could hold a conversation on his own about literally anything that was nerdy. So it was like just that growth of like, he would spit out one sentence to boom, he can hold his own. He could probably podcast on his own at this point, you know, or do, yeah, for the most part. So yeah, and so that was just cool. And then just as well as like seeing his skills with editing and everything like that, which that's the thing. I'm going to straight up say it right here, which is I'm not the most talented person. In fact, I feel like I'm more like the jack of all trades, master of none. I do a lot of things. I'm into a lot of things, but I'm not like a subject matter expert on one specific thing. Kind of X-Men. But anyways, so, you know, the thing is I don't quit. I don't stop, and I refuse to just stop. That's the thing, is there's a lot of talented people out there. And the thing is, those talented people, they don't do anything. And if they do, they're just not using to their full capabilities. And it's like, there's those people, and it's like, man, you're so talented, and you either do nothing with it or you waste it doing some other crap. Which, you know, you could say that about this. We've made no money, which that's not the point. The point has just been, we want to share our nerdy things. From the beginning, it's been about people helping people and sharing our nerdy things with other people so that you don't waste your time on stupid crap that sucks. You know, so like if there's an animated movie and it comes out, we want to check it out and tell you, hey, this isn't worth your time. Don't spend your time or your money on it, you know? So that's what we wanted to help people by going, hey, there's some really amazing great games out there. You should play these ones before you play these ones, that type of thing. Same thing with comics. Hey, there's all these great comics, you know, just that. We want to save people money. We want to save our friends money, and we want to save their time by having them experience better things, the best things. And I know that everybody has a different point of view based off video games, comics, movies, shows, books, period, anything, any type of art or entertainment whatsoever. I get that. But there is a certain degree where everyone has to know this is top notch. Everyone knows what's top notch when it's top notch. Like Game of Thrones. People that I know that are not nerdy in the least, they love the show Game of Thrones. Why? Because it's a phenomenal movie or show, period. Because it's great. It's a great book. It's based off of a great piece. And hey, those people have even read the books because of it, you know, and that's power right there. That's how you know what's great and what's not great. So that's what we try to help people decipher with. You know, we're hardcore, and I mean, like I said, I feel like I'm a hardcore nerd and to an extent geek, because I know how to edit, you know, I know how to work a camera. I know, you know, things like that. I know some things for computers, you know, but not 100% am I like skilled. I've said that already. I honestly feel like I'm a talentless hack. I don't feel like I'm great at coming up with my own original stuff. I more just pick and choose. I'm inspired by other people and then mash it up into one thing. And that's what I do. And so that's why it's been, so the other thing that I love doing is like the trivia stuff, because it's just interaction with people, interaction with strangers, and just having fun and having a good time. And then what's great, and something you all don't see on the video, because we always cut it out because it's like, well, that's boring. No one wants to see that, is we always give people a bag of comics and usually some Japanese snacks, as well as of our info, you know. And same thing, we take pictures of everybody. Honestly, my opinion for cosplay is the cheaper, or the cheaper the better. Or like, if it looks, I love it because it's like you just grabbed the stuff in your house and you made this happen. Like, even if it looks kind of crappy, like, I love it. Like, I made a Zod cosplay, and the pieces were literally, I just put tape on it. Like, it was mostly women's clothing, like women's pants and a women's top. And then like I put tape on the thing to make them shiny. Most people didn't even know because it looked like legit like plastic that was sewn on there. It was tape. I love stuff like that. I love the cheesy ones. It's because you're just there to show your passion. You know, it's not a popularity contest. It kind of is to a certain degree for the actual contests. But, you know, that's why I don't get involved with that stuff. Anyways, you know, it's been a long time coming. You know, we love doing this stuff. That's why we do it. We're not doing it because we make money. Do I want to make money? Sure. Who doesn't want to make money off what they're doing what they love? Which is why another thing I want to talk about, which is I want to start making shirts that say TNTM the show or Talk Nerdy to Me, you know, and stuff like that. You don't want it. You don't want it. I'm not fortunate. You know, I'm probably just going to start small, like 10 shirts or something like that. You know, or see if people want some, and then I'll order some or get them made. And then, but I really want to do like mashups of like comics, video games type shirts, because I know there's an amazing artist that does stuff for Gamers Anonymous that does mashups that are like comics and video games type stuff, and it's phenomenal. And so I think that would be perfect. So, but this video is for, I mean, it's for people for the future to know, hey, we're going to keep doing what we're doing, but we're going to try to change it up too. We're going to try to, you know, continue to do things different. And if you have any suggestions, freely give them. You know, I don't even care if you're an a-hole about your criticisms, because if I can learn from it, then, and I can make myself better, I don't care if it's mean. I really don't. I don't. I worked in a prison. There is not much you can say to me that I have not heard that's screwed up. Okay, so be as mean as you want or as nice as you want. Constructive criticism is the best so that we can be better for you. You know, we're going to try to do more gameplay videos because we're going to try, all of us are trying to upgrade all of our stuff so we can do more. I know JD wants to do more gameplay videos. I know he wants to do classic video games is what he wants to do. Some Ninja Turtles, some classic Ninja Turtles. You know, and all of us, I know we got Tone Bone, and he's doing Hearthstone. He also wants to be doing what is the Blizzard? WoW. He wants to be doing WoW because he's a hardcore WoW guy. He has all kinds of, I think he has a couple tats. He's a hardcore Pokemon guy. We want to do all this stuff. We want to share all this stuff with you. And we're not, see, that's the thing, is we're not starting a Patreon. We're not going like, hey, I want money so that you can do my thing. No, because this is free. It's like, this is our time, and yeah, time is money, but at the same time, like, we're not really giving you anything that's not already out there that you can already get for free, you know, that's all over YouTube. Hey, it's there. Like, if you want to give us money, go ahead and give us money. But there's a lot of charitable causes out there that I think are way more worth our time and money. But if you want a shirt or something like that, you want a nerdy pin, which, you know, that says like TNTM or Talk Nerdy to Me, hey, I can get that done. We can get that done so you can have that and just, hey, you know, so people go like, hey, talk nerdy to me. That's why I like that, because it says, I'm a nerd, you're a nerd, talk nerdy to me about nerdy things. Because there's at least one nerdy thing we have in common if you're a nerd, usually, you know? And so it's like, if we're all wearing nerdy shirts that say talk nerdy to me, or just nerdy shirts, period, you know, hey, that person, I can talk to them about nerdy things. So yeah, you know, and just other things we're passionate about. Really passionate about music. You know, that's something we've wanted to do for a while. It's the time and the money once again. So doing that type of stuff, you know, as well as food, we want to do like a talk foodie to me type thing. You know, that's something we actually did a long time ago, but it was really popular. Actually, the one thing that we did, we just didn't keep going with it. We wanted to, but we didn't. You know, and there's always options too to do like more of a show type thing, because we actually had a show on YouPublic. They asked us, we were doing it. We were early on. I think we were only in like our first 6 months, so we really didn't have our sea legs yet, and so it was too soon for us. And so we had to get a crew together real quick, like a full crew to film and edit and everything like that. And unfortunately, here's the thing about this process, about being part of this type of team. It's like a job, but you don't get paid for it. And if you listen to Adam Crowley, says, hey, you know, lots of times you do a job you just don't get paid for, but that's because you're passionate about it, you know, and you just keep on doing it, and people will either start giving you stuff for free, or they're gonna pay you to do it. And so that's kind of the goal, but we're not up people's butts going, hey, you know, give me money for doing this. We're just doing what we do and then hope somebody comes to us. I know that's probably not the greatest strategy, but to be honest, it is working decently for us, slowly but surely. And so we, that's just the nature of the beast. We could push it more. I mean, we do have sponsors. They don't give us money, but we do get discounts, and that's enough for me. I don't want to rip off small business owners. That's the thing. I'm not going to be like, give me money so I'll talk to you about on this podcast or this video. That's not me. And I know that doesn't make me very good, very great business minded, but I'm not that kind of person. So, but the kind of person that I am is the kind of person that likes to share things, video games, comics, what I've said, clothing, all kinds of things. So I have comics here to give away. And like I said, this is for the first 100 subscribers. So I will check the list and see who the first 100 for. If you make a comment, of course, there's some digital comics here that I have to give away, some codes. So I'm going to spout those off probably like every other thing that I give away, so that they're intermittently, tossed in there. In fact, I'll give one away right now that was from the previous week, because I got one person that guessed the theme of the timer last week, but not a second person. So I'm going to go ahead and give away the code, because whatever, it's here. And it's for Miss Marvel number 21. So here's a digital code for it. F for Familia, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos, Y for Yucca, S for Señorita, K for Kilo, U for, I don't know, Uganda, M for Marcos, L for Lupita, W for Huerita, and 9. So enjoy that one, because that one was, I think it was a B-bow for $2.98. So powerful stuff right there. So yeah, it's been a blast doing all this stuff. I can't wait to do more. We have Santa Fe Comic-Con coming up. I'm going to be doing new cosplays for that. And stuff. And then I have all these graphic novels to give away. I have a huge stack of graphic novels that I'll be mailing out to you. If you want it, like I said, all you have to do is speak up. If you want it, speak up any of these items that I'm going to mention. Just say so, and you can get them. You can get them. They're for you. So first thing I want to give away is this mask, okay? If you want it, just speak up, just make a comment. But each person only gets one thing, okay? Each person only gets one thing. If you want this mask, you can have it, okay? It's yours. Here's another digital code. This is from Weapon X number 4, Weapons of Mutant Destruction Prelude. And here's the code. F for Fin Fang Foom, Z for Zarbon, M for Mankey, J for Jarbon, I for Icarus, 9, A for Alpha, K for Kill, E for Egon, Q for Quasar, 6, and N for Nova. Another book right there. So I also want to, now, this I will legitimately give away, which is, this is my copy of Fallout New Vegas. One of my top, it's tough to say, but my favorite games, easily number 1 favorite game of all time, Mass Effect. Mass Effect number 1 favorite trilogy of all time, video game trilogy of all time, Mass Effect. Okay, so if you want Mass Effect, speak up. I'll go get you. I'm not going to give you my copy, because my copy has a signature from Mark Meir, the guy who voiced Commander Shepard. So I'm not going to give my copy away, but I will give, if you want it, I'll go get you a copy from Gamers Anonymous or Super Gamers Anonymous. I'll go get it if you want it, and I'll mail it out to you. But this one right here, Fallout New Vegas, one of my favorite games, is also Fallout. One of my favorite games of all time is Fallout. So once again, I'm not going to give away Fallout 3 because it's my copy. But if you want it, I'll get it for you. I'll go out and get it for you. But this one I actually will, because I have 2 copies of this. I have one for the Xbox and one for the PlayStation, and I'd rather play it on the Xbox just because the Xbox 360, because I have it because I played Fallout 3. And even though they don't connect like the Mass Effect games do, I still want to keep continuity. I'm a continuity whore is what it comes down to. So yeah. So there's that. And then now some of these, I'll be honest, some of these are a joke. I don't expect people to take this stuff like the mask. I don't expect anybody to actually take the mask and get it for, like, if you want it, you can have it. But I don't expect anybody to actually want that mask. The same way I do not exactly expect people to want this clothing, because some of this clothing is clothing that I've actually worn. I'm too small for it now. I know I could get bigger, but that's not the point. I don't want to get big again, unless I'm getting swole. And if that's the case, I'd rather be wearing a tight shirt anyways to show off the goods for the ladies. Not really. But yeah, so here's this stuff. Like, if you want it, I'll send it to you, but I don't expect anybody to actually want it, which is, I have these underoos, the Flash underoos. Okay. If you want it, you can have it. Okay. You can have these underoos. I'll mail them to you, whatever. But here's the thing. Here's the reason I don't want them anymore. The waistband in the back, because I'll be honest with you, the waistband in the back, it's itchy and I don't like it. So, but if you want it, you can have it, okay? That's yours to have, okay? I also have these underoos, which I know, these ones are a little harder to let go, Captain America underoos, but same thing. The band, it's itchy. And I could just probably cut them off, but I don't feel like it, because then you couldn't have them if you want them. So yeah, and then I have these other ones. These are actually boxer briefs, which is what I prefer. That's another thing, is I prefer boxer briefs, not briefs. And these are the Spider-Man ones, but the same problem. The tag in the back is really irritable. But if you want it, just make a comment and it's yours. It is yours. So I'll go ahead and give another way a digital comic, which is WMD #1, Weapons of Mutant Destruction #1. I have the past it. Here it is. Q for Quill, L for Logan, 2, W for Wesker, 7, 1 for Inca, 0, Q for Quill, H for Hotel, 8, T for Tome, and B for Bones. So yeah, there's that one. And I also have this graphic novel right here. You want it, I'll send it to you. You make a comment. But like I said, each subscriber only gets one thing. So of all these things, make sure you know which one you want, because otherwise, like I said, you only get one. Like Spider-Man says, everybody gets one. So yeah, it's Jessica Jones Alias Max Comics. It's not bad. The art's actually really fantastic. I don't know. The art kind of bugs me though, because I feel like Jessica Jones should be more attractive, even though she's known to be kind of plain looking. And I don't know, Bendis's writing in this was very, you can tell it's early, not early on in his career, but earlier. And he's very bad about doing this thing where he will throw you into a comics and he expects you to know what's going on in the rest of the comics universe when his other book came out. And I don't think that's how you should write comics. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I don't think it worked that well with this one, but it's not bad. It's just not that great. And it's not a book that I see myself rereading. So that's why I'm giving it away if somebody wants it. Alrighty. So some more clothing. This I actually have never worn, which is this N7 beanie. And reason is, okay, I've probably worn it just because I tried it on. And it's reversible. And here's the thing, I put it on and I have a little peanut head. I have a little Jiminy Cricket head. So it doesn't really fit me. See, because it goes down way too far. And here's the thing too, is I don't like the look of hats that are it looks like somebody took a dump in my hat and it's just sitting at the back of it. I call them dump hats. Now, I'm not saying you can't, and I'm not, I'm just saying I don't like that for me. If that's what you like, that's all good, So if you want it, just say the word and this cap is yours, okay? I don't want it. So yeah. And then once again, if you want a copy of Fallout 3, I will go get you a copy of Fallout 3 from Gamers Anonymous or Super Gamers Anonymous. Just say the word and I'll go get you a copy and mail it out to you. Because Fallout 3 is one of my favorite games of all time. I would probably say my second favorite game of all time. Yeah. So, okay. And also there is Chew Volume 3 Just Desserts. To be honest, I now that I'm like, why did I put this in this stack? This is a solid graphic novel. I don't know if I want to give this away, but check out my video, see what I thought of it. And I enjoyed it a lot. I think it's a fantastic book. It's a fantastic book series. I want to read more. I want to review more. I don't have a lot of time to read graphic novels since I read so many comics. So, but this is a phenomenal read. I don't remember the grade I gave it, and it's not fresh in my head right now. I know I have feelings that this was a really solid, amazing book. So if you want it, say the word and it's yours. And I'll go ahead and give away another digital comic, okay? Which is Cyborg number 11. This one was really neat because it was like in a digital world. It was like pixelated. It was really fun. If I can find the code. Oh, yeah, these ones are at the back. So DC for Detective Comics, 017. Q for Quinn, 0. D is Dave. Another D for Dave. X for X-Ray. L for Lost. Y for Yank, and P for Pain. Alrighty, so also one of my favorite games. I am a hardcore comic book guy, obviously. I love Batman. Batman Arkham Asylum was a phenomenal game. This is one of the few, I didn't 100% it, but I got really close. I'm actually really awful at the combat, and that's why I haven't 100%ed it. But besides those combat-like trials and stuff like that, and even then I've tried, I've almost 100%ed this game. I think I got like 97% or something like that. So yeah, phenomenal game. Strong buy without a doubt. So yeah, if you want it, I'm not going to give away my copy, even though I'm close to beating it 100%. But if you want it, I'll go get it from Gamers Anonymous. Okay. Alrighty, so there's this shirt. This is another one. It's loose on me. I'm not the biggest Superman fan. I love Superman comics, but that doesn't mean like I'm like, that's the other thing is like Superman's always been like a big brute force kind of guy to me too. So like I like characters that fit more my build, that are like you know, not exactly as petite as me, maybe a little bit above, so that I have something to like go like, I want to earn that, I want to achieve that, you know, physically. But so yeah, Superman is just like way too big for me. And even though I like the guy in the comics, I'm not the hugest fan like that I want to be wearing his clothes all the time. So if you want this shirt, it's kind of like, it's not a workout shirt, but it kind of feels like a workout shirt. You kind of, you know, I guess you could work out on it if you wanted to. Like I said, it's big on me. So you want it, just say the word, it's yours. Now I also have this graphic novel, which is The Umbrella Academy Apocalypse Suite by Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba, or Gabriel Ba. Right here, Gerard Way, lead singer of MCR, My Chemical Romance. I actually tried to give this book away to a girl that I know is a huge, huge fan, a girl that I've met at the anime conventions. I'm not going to mention her name because I don't know if she'd be cool with me throwing it out there. Probably not. But especially since I think she unfriended me on Facebook. But I tried to give this away to her for free because I knew she was a hardcore MCR fan and Gerard Way fan, and thought she would be into it since Gerard Way wrote this. Now, it's a really interesting book. I heard good things, but when I read it, I was not super impressed. So I felt like it could have been better. In fact, at the end he talks about like, oh yeah, this is what I really wanted to do, and they kind of reeled me in. And I kind of feel like they should have let you do more of what you wanted to do, because I think it would have been stronger. It would have been more your own thing. So I didn't check out the second one, even though I felt like it probably is better. But he's now on Doom Patrol, and this is what this is supposed to be like inspired by. So I'm assuming based off of that fact that Doom Patrol is good. I just haven't read it, and I haven't taken the chance. But maybe I'll read like volume 1 or something like that and take the chance if I have the time. But yeah, if you want this, check it out. It's worth checking out, I think, at least. Cool? Now I have Avengers number 7 by Mark Waid and Jeremy Whitley, artist Phil Noto. It was fantastic issue. I think with we had what's his name, Doctor Doom as Iron Man, and as well as what's her name, the young Wasp, Unstoppable Wasp, Natasha, now Van Dyne. So yeah, here's the code for it. F for Fin Fang Foom, C for Cap, M for Melvin, F for Frank, 2-1, S for Super, J for Jack, K for Kill, 0, and T for Top. I don't know what I'm doing. So yeah, as I've said before, I'll say it again, favorite game of all time and favorite trilogy of all time, Mass Effect. So if you want it, I'll get you a copy of it, but you're not getting mine, okay? So yeah. And then I have this shirt. Now, this is a shirt I've never worn. I bought it from Age of Comics, so you could kind of say that this is from them. They only had a medium, and they were like, hey, it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink. It did not shrink, okay? So it's way too long. I've tried, and it's way too long for me. I wanted a shirt that, like, shows off my guns. I don't know what it is, but it's like, now it seems like they only make tank tops for girls, and it's like, so now I have to buy a girl shirt, which maybe I'll start doing anyway, since, you know, nobody cares who's what anymore. So it'll be fine if I wear a girl shirt, because I want to show off the guns. I want to show off the shoulders a little bit, you know, the pectorals. But anyways, there's this awesome shirt. If you want it, it's all yours. Like I said, I haven't worn it except for to try it on, but even so, I washed it. I rewashed it. So as I've said, I washed it because, you know, obviously I was trying to get it to shrink. So yeah, now here's this book, this graphic novel, Black Science Volume 1, How to Fall Forever by Rick Remender, Mateo Scalera, and Dean White. I love this writer. I like this artist. Color artist, fantastic. Something about it just did not. Oh, now I know what it is. So it's about these people and they're traveling through dimensions and stuff. And it's alternate dimensions of Earth. Or, yeah, and alternate dimensions and timelines of Earth. Well, the scientist is a huge royal dirtbag. Like, that's the thing. Like, the main character, he's the biggest pile of crap. Like, he has this secretary or like scientist woman that he's also working with. Well, he's cheating with her on his wife. His kids are involved, everything like that. And he's just the biggest pile of crap. Like, he's a horrible human being. And so that's the biggest reason I couldn't get into it. There's other characters, but even those other characters, they suck. I just could not get into it. That's why. But if you like irredeemable characters, then this is for you. If that's fine. A lot of people love this. It's still going. It's still going strong. I couldn't get into it, though, because if it doesn't go with my alignment, I end up hating it. So, yeah. Here's another digital code, and it's another Cyborg. It's number 12. Skip to the back here. It's another DC for Detective Comics, 017. S for Stein, T for Tome, N for Negative, L for Lax, 8, Y for Yank, G for Gorgon, and 9. Another phenomenal game that I've tried 200%, but I know I didn't, but I might have gotten close-ish. I think maybe like 97, 98%, depending on how they have it. BioShock, one of the greatest games of all time, I think. Phenomenal story, mind-blowing story. When you get to the end, blows your mind. So if you've never played it, you want it, make the comment. It's yours. I'll mail it to you. Probably not my version, probably not my copy, but I'll go get you one. And if I can't, then maybe I'll just send you my copy. Okay? So, looks like I got a few more shirts here. Now, this is another one I should also be giving away because I love it so much as a game, but it's in a package, which is this shirt. It's kind of like iHeart Portal, but it's iCompanion Cube Portal. So it's too big for me, but I love Portal, and that's a fantastic shirt. So if you want it, just say so. Another graphic novel, Manifest Destiny, number Volume 1, Flora and Fauna, right here by Chris Dingus, Matthew Roberts, and Owen Gianni. And this one's really interesting because it's kind of like altering or like putting a twist on history, which is the, is it Lois and Clark expedition for like the Louisiana Purchase? And they're like, oh, here's a real reason they gave it to us for free. And it's all this stuff that's just all these mystical creatures and all this crazy stuff going on. And it's like, oh my God, WTF. It's nuts. I kind of want to see what the second one is. I should probably like check out volume 2 and like skim it and see and be like, okay, this is worth checking out. But this is definitely worth checking out at the least. It's really interesting. It's really different, especially if you like stuff that toys with history or like puts a twist on it and be like, hey, this is like the behind the scenes what really happened, but you don't know type of thing. So yeah, it's fun. So if you want it, just say so. Here's another Digicamic, Old Man Logan, number 22. Past Lives, part 2 of 4, when he was like traveling through time and stuff. I haven't even peeled the code off of this one. So here it is though. F for Fin Fang Foom, C for Camp, M for Mecha, E for Egon, W for Wolverine, 8, C for Camp, X for X-Men, Y for Yellow, 5, I for Indigo, and W for Wolverine. All right, this is the last game that I have to give away, but it's like I said, I don't know if there's a copy of this actually out there because I don't know how many of these are there, but there's other GameStops. I mean, there's other, yeah, I guess I could go to GameStop if I have to. Captain America, the Super Soldier, which is, it's takes place, I think, during first Avenger. It's really, really awesome. It's a phenomenal game. Great voice acting. Great. It's like it has his acrobatics. It has his fighting in there. The shield stuff. Like this game is top notch. I'm so disappointed they did not put out another game like a sequel to this or just like start their own trilogy of games like this because this is absolutely phenomenal game. It's so much fun. It's a blast. And if you love Cap, obviously I do, you want to play it. I have it on both the PlayStation and the Xbox, and I've 100%ed it. It is kind of easy, like because you do upgrade yourself, and once you upgrade yourself, like as long as you can react fast to like the QTEs and stuff like that, you're good to go. But the boss fights are awesome and epic. Like it's just a fantastic game. Really check it out. It's superb. So some more clothing here. We have, it's another Portal shirt, Aperture Laboratories. I love this shirt, but like I said, it does not fit me. It's way too big. So if you want it, just go ahead and say so, and it is all yours. Like I said, though, only one thing per person, okay? Because I'm trying to cover as many people as I can. I know not all 100 people, but honestly, if 100 people want something, I have a huge stack of comics over here, and I will give you comics if that's what you want too. If you want a comic, or like a stack, even like a stack of comics, like you give me a week, like give me Comic Cast, blah, 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 a week of comics. I'll go through it and I'll search it and I'll find it and I'll send it to you if that's what you want. You probably won't get the B-Bows and the runners up, which is unfortunate because that's the best stuff because I keep that in a separate stack because I back and bag it. And so, or I intend to. And so, yeah, so there you have that. Now there is the Batman Battle for the Cowl graphic novel. I know this is surprising that I'm giving this away probably because I love Dick. I love Nightwing. And so, but the problem with it is Tony S. Daniels did a phenomenal job. The biggest problem is that like they reveal stuff way too soon, I feel like the reveal of the bad guy is kind of obvious, and that's the problem, is that it's too obvious who the bad guy is, and they don't wait longer to figure it out. Like, that's the thing is, this story should have been about Dick Grayson proving why he deserves and should be Batman, even if he doesn't want to be, which is discover this great mystery, you know, do his investigative skills as well as his fighting skills, find somebody that, you know, is on par with him, in certain ways, and then have him win overall, and just show how he's how he physically he's ready, mentally he's ready, in every way he's ready to take on the mantle of Batman. And so that's what it should have been, but instead it's not even a completed story. It's like, if they would have let it be complete, then it could have been a strong buy, but it's not. And so it's one of those things. I think it's worth checking out, but it's if you really want a great Dick Grayson Batman story, which this isn't even a Batman story, you want to check out Black Mirror. I think it was Black Mirror by Scott Schneider. Absolutely brilliant. One of his greatest works, I think. As well as the artists that were on there, Francavilla, and then Jacques, I think, which is one of my favorite Batman artists. Another free graphic or free comic book here. It is Venom number 150. So it is extra large. It was really interesting. Had all these awesome covers. And I don't know if the last part was a throwback story or if it was a new one that looked like a throwback story. But anyways, here it is. F for Familia, C for Carlos, and for Marcos, 5. U for Uganda, 8. U for Uganda, 1. C for Carlos, X for Xavier, 8-3. Enjoy that one. This is the last piece of clothing here that I have for the peeps, which is this shirt right here, the Captain America. It's another one. It's too big for me, and I think it looks kind of cheesy. I'll work on the abs and the pectorals myself, so you don't need to, put the pattern on there for me. Okay. So yeah, if you want it, just say so. Now here's another graphic novel that I wanted to do a review of it, just purely because I wanted to do the makeup of one of the characters in it. Or have my wife do it for me, just because I thought it would be fun and funny, which is The Wicked and the Divine, Volume 1, The Faust Act. I've heard so many great things about this. There's a huge cult following, it seems like, but that cult is not for me, because I checked it out and I did not care for it much at all. Like, the concept is very interesting, and that's what I like about it, but unfortunately that's where it ends for me. It just, to me, it was not that. Like, okay, so here's what it's about. All these people, all these musicians that die young, that's what it's about, is these people that they discover they're a god. But once you discover your god, you can use your god powers, and your different gods are like they're reincarnated. You can be like the devil, or you could be, there's like Lucifer or Faustus or what, like all these different gods throughout the ages, and they're reincarnated. But once they figure it out, they only have like 2 years to live. And so they just live it up as musicians. And so that's why they kind of explain, like, hey, that's why musicians, artists, they have control over you, like you could swoon over them and stuff like that. And they just make crowds of people go crazy. It's because they have these god powers. And so the concept is interesting. It just didn't capture me. Visually it's phenomenal. Like, this is a great team, Gillen and McKelvey. They're fantastic, but I really love their Young Avengers run was, I think, phenomenal. And they've done other stuff like this, like Phonogram, where it includes music, but I haven't been able to get into it. So, but you might. So if you want it, just say so. Another digital code. It's Batman Beyond number 8. I don't know why I haven't figured out that it's at the end again. DC for Detective Comics, 017. T for Tank. Q for Quail. 0. L for Laugh. F for Frank. 4. C for Captain. And Q for Quilt. All right, here's another one, which is Major League Chew Volume 5 by John Layman and Rob Guillory. Now, I've actually met John Layman, and he's a really cool dude. But this one was really overhyped for me, and it was overhyped by him because he was like, "I can't wait until you guys get to Volume 5 because this is what it's about." So it was so hyped up for me. Like, I've honestly read this series just to get to this point, and then I was like, "Oh, that was like overhyped for me." Like, I like it, and it's interesting, and it's messed up. Essentially what it is there's this journalist who is a sports journalist, and he wants to make stories about old sports journalists. And so there's this guy, and his power is that if he eats something, he has like the memories of them and as well as the abilities of them too. And so this guy captures this journalist captures this guy so that he can write a book about all these about this baseball guy. And so he force feeds him this stuff and then makes him tell stories about it so he can make a book out of it. It's messed up, no doubt, and it's great. I love this book, but it was just overhyped for me. So it's superb. So you should definitely check it out, even if you don't get it or want it that much to ask for it. Here's the last digital comic. It is Teen Titans number 8. The Lazarus Contract. What was it? Part 2. I haven't even taken off the thing for this one either. But here it is. DC for Detective Comics 017. C for Captain 9. F for Phil. Y for Yank. 0. Z for 0. Let's be confusing on that. 3 and F for Phil. Last graphic novel that I have to give away is Chew Volume 4 Flambe, which this one was just confusing to me. I still liked it. I still enjoyed it, but this one was just confusing to me. So, but yeah, that's it for now. I don't know when we're going to do another giveaway, maybe at 200, because the double for 100 is 200 and the double for 200 is 400. But I don't know if we might do it at 250 and then 500 and then 500 and then 1,000. I don't know. We'll see how we do it. So maybe I'll do it every 100 up to 500, and then at 500 start doing every 500 and then 1,000 then 1,000. If we we'll see how things go. I don't even know if we'll be going that long. Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It all depends on you all if you still want us to do this, as well as if we actually, I don't even know how much people want us to do this. We've just been doing it. So we're actually over 100 subs right now. We were actually at 110 for a little bit and then dropped down. We're at 108. So, but whatever. I'm not going to beg people or anything like that for subs or likes or views or anything like that. Like, I'll promote my stuff because I'm proud of this content that we put out. I truly am. I think what we do here is great, and I have fun doing it. And that's why I promote it so much. If you don't like it, well then, so what? I don't care. And that's a big part of this too, is that, like I said, I will take your opinion with a grain of salt if you're just being mean, and like I said, it just whatever. I'll try to do my best to make something good out of it. So yeah, make sure you check all of our stuff out at TNTM the Show. That's the website, as well as all our other stuff, our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, our Tumblr. What else do we have? I don't know. I feel like there's more. But I will say this. There will be more coming out. Unfortunately, our video editor, Mason, who edited a few videos quite fantastically, I might add, which is why I wanted to recruit him in the first place, is because he's a phenomenal and talented editor, has decided not to continue on with us. He wants to do something else. He's on to doing other things. He said differently, but that's the honest truth, is he's going on to do other things. And that's fine. That's what you want to do. Go where your passions lie. I'm not going to keep you chained down. That we do this for free. We don't get paid for this. We spend all our money on this stuff. All of us do. And so, like, I'm literally giving you my things. Some of them were from the ambassador, but he didn't want them back. Whatever. So, it's your spoils now. So, but yeah, I will. That's why Duke City Comic-Con footage has taken so long to come out, is because he has had the footage and he said that he was going to edit it, and he did not. He has not, and he's decided to leave. So now I need to get it back from him so that I can start editing it. So if that's why, once I do, and then with my limited time, because I'm so busy now doing the Nerdy Fitness vlog, which those don't take that much time because I do them on my way home, on the car ride home, which is a long ride. And I usually upload them on the last like 15-20 minutes of my trip. So that's not the problem. But once I edit them, that only takes like however, like about 10 minutes or whatever, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how long the video is. So that's not what's taking long. We're going to keep on trying to do video games more. You want to cover more video games? Like I said, Tonebone's doing the, what is the name of it? Hearthstone. He's doing Hearthstone on his personal channel, which I think is like Link of Hyrule 565 or something like that. I think I may have liked it or something like that. You'll get that info eventually. But I'm going to be turning his videos into where they have our intro and outro. I'm going to be doing that until he learns how to do that, or until I teach him how to do that and stuff like that. So you'll look forward to that, as well as hopefully he'll start doing WoW videos too. So that'll be good. Like I said, we're going to be upgrading our tech and stuff like that so it gets better, and all these goodies. So, we're going to just try to do more and get better and improve ourselves and have more fun and do more trivia. Just do more of what you like. And if there's anything that you like, we'll do more. I've heard a lot of guys say that they really love my Ninja Turtles dance videos. So they want more dance videos. I want to do more dance videos. I just need to come up with good ones to do dance videos and then get the cosplay together for those dance videos so that they're legit. I can't even talk. I'm like having a stroke. So anyways, yeah. That's it for me. So that's what we have for the future. We hope you stick around, and we hope you invite your friends and everything like that, because that helps a lot in helping us stay motivated to keep going and all that good stuff. JD and I are going to try to keep doing he does playing games. That's his segment. I'm the idiot gamer because I suck at gaming, even though I've been doing it since the original Nintendo. My classic gamer brain has been disconnected at some point. So, and I also want to get what's his name, the Italian Stallion, Tony B, to start doing some games, because he's hardcore about games. He really is. He's always playing the newest games. We want to have his own segment called like Fresh Games with the Italian Stallion or something like that. We'll see what he thinks of it, and see if we can start getting him streaming and stuff and get his own little following. So that's what's in store for the future. So we hope you stick around. Stay nerdy, stay fit, stay healthy, and love and peace. Talk nerdy to me.